September 9th, 2019. It's been since the 25th of August since I checked up on the bees. I'm going in. We're going to have a look and see if they filled out that last super on the right hand hive, and we'll see if they're drawing comb out and see how much nectar they're pulling, because we're in full honey flow with the goldenrod. Not to mention also Japanese knotweed, jewelweed, holy basil, sweet Thai basil, and buckwheat. And I'm sure there's others. So without further ado, let's get this smoke party started. Hive 18OR1. Drawing comb out on the frames in the top super. But my big mistake was leaving that medium super empty in between. They're drawing comb out in there. And some of that comb looks pretty large. And I suspect that's drone comb. So I got some cleanup to do in this hive. I probably won't do that today, but at least I have an idea. And they are drawing out the other comb on these frames, so that's good. If nothing else, we'll have a pretty well drawn comb for next year. I'm going to pop, actually I'm not going to pop down to the next super because I already know what's there. Alright, we're going to leave that for now. This colony is pretty strong in here. A lot of bee population. Looking good. Healthy, happy honeybees. I'm going to close it back up and not disturb them too much. Soon we'll be doing mite checks. Another couple weeks. So I've taken the two top supers off the middle hive here, 18OR2. They're starting to draw some of the comb out of this. Nothing spectacular on the top one. The bottom one, they're drawing more comb out. That's looking good. We got a lot of burr comb in here between, and then these are full of honey, which is awesome. But I feel like while I'm in here, because we're coming up on fall and I want to know what their honey reserves are, and I got to decide whether or not I can even harvest this medium off, I think I'm going to pull this medium super up for a minute and have a look at this top brood box and see what we got going on. But those are stock chock full of honey, and so I imagine anything else they gather is going to start going up in these top supers, although we don't have a lot of time left, so we'll see. I think I'm going to go ahead and pop this medium out of here for a minute and get a better idea where we're at. So without taking the box off completely, I can easily harvest this medium out. Minus all that burr comb, but these next supers down appear all to be full of honey, so they got good honey reserves. So that's good. There's some comb cleanup work I'm going to have to do in here. I don't know what happened to the frames that are in this, but we'll figure that out. It won't be today, obviously. Look at the honey dripping on the bees. Oh, I could drown in a vat of honey, easy. Okay. Well, here we are, 18OR3-S1. This is the hive that lost a swarm in the spring. I've been waiting on to fill these last supers. We're still not quite there yet, although it looks like they're filling and drawing that comb out on that one. And this last one's got some drawn comb on it. Not as much as I would expect. They've had a lot of time to build these up, and I don't know why they're not. Look at her spreading pheromones out. Oh, I assume that's what she's doing. Anyway, not much going on with that still. So I guess we'll give them a little more time. Hope they fill this frame. If they don't, they don't. Such is the season. I think while I'm in here, just to make certain they have good reserves, I think I'm going to pull this box quick and just, well, I'll probably just tip it up and just have a look at what's underneath and make sure they got good honey reserves we're coming up on the end of the season. I want to make sure they have plenty of food to get through the winter. I would say they're pretty full. Ugh, and this box is heavy just to hold up with my thumb. Wow, there's a lot of honey in there. Fantastic. Okay. Well, that's official inspection for September 9th. Since I got the bee suit on here, I'm going to come out and get some close-ups on the entrances. You can see these guys are bringing a lot of pollen back. A lot of pollen, bright yellow. I got to imagine that's goldenrod coming in. Wow, ton of pollen. Makes me want to get a pollen trap on here and capture like maybe one day out of the week or maybe two. They had a lot more activity before I came in here with the smoker and messed them up. I waited till way late in the day so I wouldn't disrupt my forager cycles as much. I figure most of the foragers are out at this point. We got about, well, at this point we're probably 45 minutes to sunset. I started with about an hour and 15. Only took me about half an hour, 20 minutes to go through and have a look at things. I just figured I'd get some close-up entrance. What I should do is put my suit on here and come out close to the entrance, or even just set the camera up to monitor from time to time, but I just figured while I'm out here I will. Wow, their activity is way down on the entrances since I came in with the smoker. Doped them all up on smoke and of course honey, because that's what they go for after they've been smoked. Not to mention I ripped a bunch of that burr comb open, so and I know there's no bottom board on this hive. That's one of the upgrades I'm going to do this fall when we get things straightened out and I get down into these brood boxes and have a look at things and do some oxalic acid vaporization if necessary, mite counts, etc. And then we'll put good bottom boards on here and prep them up for winter. And then I'm going to move the apiary down the hill that way a little bit. I think we'll do that in a separate video. For now, this has been a checkup. Not a tremendous amount of progress visible, but they're doing well in strong colonies and they're happy, so that's the main concern. Hope you found this interesting or informative. Please keep in mind this is my first year beekeeping. Regardless of that, I'm more than happy to answer questions if I know the answer. Anyway, that's all, I think. Kind of at a loss for words. Just exciting to be around the honeybees and watching them. Thanks for watching the Farmacy Seeds Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe if that's your thing. Hit that bell icon if you want to get notifications as soon as the video is uploaded or when we go live. If you haven't seen or haven't been to our live stream every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m., we do a live stream, the Hudson Valley Farmers and Gardeners Net. It is hosted via amateur radio and streamed live over YouTube. Hope you'll come check that out as well at some point. Sometimes we have some really interesting discussions about bees. There are several other beekeepers that join that net from time to time. Thanks for watching the Farmacy Seeds Network.